What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and welcome to our first look and overview of Spec Ops 26. This one is absolutely packed with content, so there's going to be a lot of videos to come. For this one, we're going to try to do an overview of most of the Spec Ops updates, but I'm not even sure if we're going to squeeze them all into one video. We'll just have to see, but for now, let's go ahead and begin by taking a look at the task list bar. First up, there's the blueprint for the portable arc reactor, and the most significant thing about this item is of course the PvP bonus. You may want to go ahead and upgrade because this one has 10,934 offense and defense. There's our first bit of good news, and that's going to be completed in the first research. Then moving on to the next blueprint, this is for the Legion Pulse Rifle MK1. It's an AoE electric tech attack, and it has lesser Legionnaire. That basically means there's an upgraded version of this weapon, and that upgraded version is going to be part of the Legionnaire set. However, this will still grant the set bonus to other Legionnaire set pieces, while not receiving the set bonus itself. But still, it does have a preemptive attack, which is always good to have, and it causes radiation exposure to the entire enemy team. That right there makes me think that the regular set piece may actually be worth owning. So let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. Alright, well it's actually very similar, and it does cost 64 gold. Or I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and build it. The only real difference is it does get the Legionnaire's set bonus, so actions gain shocking. Also, by the way, you can now buy the E-ISO from the last Spec Ops Heroic Battles. So if you happen to miss any, you can pick one up for 30 gold. But back to the taskbar. Next up, the blueprint for the Legion Blade MK1. This is a tech electric type, and it also has lesser Legionnaire. The weapon seems like it's going to do a nice amount of damage, and it causes disadvantage, plus ozone. Or well, it has a 40% chance for both of those debuffs. I don't know why it would be limited to 40%, that's actually kind of sad, but I guess it is what it is. Then moving on to the final research, this one is for the blueprint for the Legion Transponder. It is an official piece of the Legionnaire set, not a lesser set piece. It's also an AoE tech summon that starts cooled down. However, for each set piece it reduces the cooldown. Also with another set piece it gains exploit attrition and finest hour. Plus it already has exploit radiation. So this may actually be a pretty devastating AoE attack. I for one look forward to trying it out. And while that's nice, now for what every one of us wanted, and now we have the opportunity to get, the Hulkbuster Armor. You know what though, rather than look at it here, let's go head over to the team page. Over here it's going to show up under Iron Man, and it actually comes in Bruiser and Blaster class. The Hulkbuster part though is a Blaster and Bruiser. Now as far as the Mark 43 suit, it does have quite a few passives. First, it has Advanced Shield Algorithm. Has a chance to create a shield before being attacked. It also has Auto Targeting Interface. Chance for attacks to have 100% chance to hit, crit, and gain True Strike. Of course he flies, and he has Pays the Bills. Grants Boon Buster to attacks for all allies featured in the Avengers Age of Ultron. However, it's not active in the Hulkbuster Armor. And for those of you who don't know, Boon Buster is incredible. So this is going to be an amazing buff, and it should actually make for some very powerful teams. Basically, Boon Buster deals more damage against characters with rising up buffs. Then finally, Iron Man has Powering Up. Increases power level by 10% every round. That's going to be what you need to use Hulkbuster's abilities. We'll take a look at those in just a moment, but first, let's look at the Mark 43's actions. His level 1 is going to be his Repulsor Ray, and it has a 60% chance to perform a follow-up attack. Plus it's going to put lock-on and radiation exposure on the enemy. Then it's going to power him up by 20%. I'm just wondering if a successful follow-up attack will give him 40%. If that's the case and he gets a 40% power level, 2 stacks of radiation exposure on the enemy, and he'll deal extra damage with that second attack, then that would be a pretty sick level 1. We'll just have to see, but moving on to his level 2, Digger Missiles. It's an AoE explosion ranged ground attack, and this one is stealthy. Then it's going to cause burning to all enemies, and Open Wound. Open Wound says chance to apply Ravaged and up to 3 applications of bleeding, so that is pretty awesome, and he may even go well in a bleed team. Plus Iron Man will gain 20% power level. Next we have the High Energy Laser. It's an AoE with Combustible, Ignore Defense, and Melt Armor. This one powers him up 10%. And finally we have Unibeam. It has Deadly Crits, Exploit Shields, Shield Breaker, and Unibeam Focus. We all know and love Unibeam, but this ability doesn't grant him any power. And why do we want power? Well, for our second set of abilities, bring on the Hulkbuster. By the way, this one also counts as Blaster and Bruiser and has Hulk countermeasures. Grants Hulkbuster to attacks for all Avengers Age of Ultron allies. And Hulkbuster deals extra damage against Hulks. Then for his abilities, his level 1 is Iron Pummel. It causes Staggered and Exhausted, but has Power Drain 10%. So that basically means it's going to consume 10% of your power. This move is pretty nice, and it's a melee unarmed tech, so you could boost it with Tech Upgrade and Unstoppable Force. But moving on to Repulsor Blast. It's a ranged energy tech attack, and it causes Neutralized, plus grants Iron Man Unibeam Focus. This one, however, is going to drain 20% power. Alright, not bad. But moving on to Deploy Rockets. This one's actually a multi-function attack. The first option is actually going to be Penetrator Rockets. This attack has Combustible, so attacks against burning targets are guaranteed to crit. It also has Bring the Rain, so fires until power level is below 30%. So basically I would take that to mean it gets 3 shots, assuming you have 100% power level. And by the way, that's not even all, it causes Straining, losing stamina every round or after performing hostile actions. This also lowers evasion and can be applied 3 times. That actually sounds pretty amazing to me, so I can't wait to Bring the Rain. Now let's see what the other option is for this multifunction. The second option is Rocket Barrage, and it does essentially the same thing, but it's an AoE. So that's right, this ability got even better. Does this mean a stamina drain team is in the future? Who knows, it may be possible. But just wait until you see this final attack. Iron Man Smash. This is catastrophic. It has Deadly Crits, Exploit Strain, so it deals extra damage against draining targets. Unfortunately, it does have Power Drain 50%. Well, I'm sure that's going to be an awesome attack, and I can't wait to unlock this alternate costume. But that's not all. You may have noticed there's a new simulator challenge. It's for the Hulk, and it's going to appear after you complete all the Spec Ops 26 tasks. That's right, there's going to be an additional epic encounter against Hulk. There's supposed to be new EISO, and after you complete a few tasks, you'll unlock a new costume. That new costume is the Avengers Age of Ultron Hulk, and he comes in Tactician and Bruiser. Pretty awesome, right? So what does this costume have? Well, he's completely different. First off, he has 2 passives. That's My Secret, gains 2 Hulk up each round, and gains Hulk up when attacked. Then he also has We Have a Hulk. Avengers Age of Ultron Avengers attacks cannot be interrupted as long as Hulk is present. That is an amazing passive. You know there's a lot of stuff that interrupts attacks, and they're all annoying. So this guy may actually make for some interesting teams. By that I mean they may actually be viable. But let's also look at his abilities, starting with Incredible Rage Punch. This has Anger Management, consumes 1 Hulk up to gain an extra action. Are you telling me he gains 2 Hulk up at the start of each round, and when attacked, and then when he attacks, he consumes a Hulk up, and can then attack again? As long as he has Hulk ups. I think I'm in love. In fact, you're going to find Anger Management on all of his abilities. Except for his level 9, of course. That's going to be his big damage hit. But his level 2 Monster Size Thunderclap is an AoE that causes staggered and pressure points to all enemies. That's pretty awesome as well. Staggered is a great debuff, and pressure points, Well, we know about those Paragon exploiters. Following this is his level 6 Indestructible Titanic Hurl. It's another AoE attack, and it has anger management. Plus it's going to give Hulk breakthrough. The next attack that hits is guaranteed to be a critical hit. Also, the next attack does 25% more damage. Now that is a great setup move. And remember, with that anger management, you'll easily set up another attack. Finally though, his level 9 is the giant size Hulk Smash. It's a single target attack that's catastrophic, has deadly crits, so thank you breakthrough. It also has Paragon Exploiter, and Hulk the strongest one there is. Consumes all stacks of Hulk up for extra damage. That's obviously going to be a knockout move, and I for one may be more excited for Hulk than anything else. He may just be the real prize of this Spec Ops. At least gameplay wise, Hulkbuster is still way too cool to miss out on, and I'm very excited for that as well. How excited are you for this Spec Ops? Let me know in the comment section below. That's going to be it for this one, so I want to thank you all for watching. Ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.